Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the intrinsic value invented by Benjamin Graham, the man who wrote The Intelligent Investor and the man who was Warren Buffett's mentor. Now, I have done the intrinsic value of NVIDIA, so as you can see currently, the intrinsic value of NVIDIA is $793 per share, which means we should buy it at the moment. Now, I'm going to teach you how to calculate this. Alright, now with all the numbers removed, I'm going to teach you how to do it. And firstly, you need to understand what these are. So B is the intrinsic value, EPS is the earnings per share. Then we have the base PE for a no growth company. That is this 8.5 up here. Then we have the multiplication effect of the growth rate, which is down here, the 2G. Then we have the 4.4 here. That is the average yield of a AAA bond. And the Y, which is the current yield of a AAA bond. Now, for stock, I've chosen NVIDIA once again. And now we're going to need the trailing 12-month PE. And you're going to notice all the blue fields here. That is where we are going to have to get our data from outside of this one right here. So it's quite easy. You just simply type in this, Google Finance, like so, ticker. I'm going to take this, semicolon, and just type in EPS, parentheses done. And here we have the trailing 12 months EPS. Quite nice. Now the P for no growth company, we know this is 8.5, as we know right up here, like so. The growth rate, we're going to need to get that from Sachs. We used to get it from Yahoo Finance, but we can't anymore. So let's jump into Sachs to get that. All right, as you can see now, we're in Sachs. And don't worry, you don't need an account to do this. You can simply just go into Sachs and find the EPS growth. As you can see right here, 3 to 5 years is 28.22. Let's go back to the sheet and type that in. All right, the growth rate, that was 28.22. Nice. Now we have the 2G. We know that is 2 as well. And we have the average yield of AAA bond, that is 4.4. Now we need the current yield of a AAA bond. We're gonna get that from Moody's. All right. Now we have the Moody's. As you can see here, we can see the current AAA bond yield over time, but currently it is 5.54. And don't worry, when you want to get those numbers, you simply Google growth value Sachs or current AAA bond Moody's, and you're gonna get both those websites in Google. All right, now I'm gonna type this in. As you can see here, 5.54. Now we're gonna calculate the intrinsic value. So simply do what I do here. We're simply just going to do this with a parentheses for starters. Then we're going to take this, times that by a new parentheses, which is the 8.5 plus the 2, parentheses over, times that by the 4.4, parentheses over, and times that by the current yield bond, like so. And as you can see, the current price of NVIDIA, as shown before, should be $793. And the current price is quite easy as well. You simply type in Google Finance again, take the ticker code, and then you're just going to do this again, and you're just going to go price. Let's just make a semicolon so it understands what we're going to do, like so. As you see, there's the current price. Then we're just going to do this and divide this by that. And as you can see, currently it only has 19.3% of the current price of the intrinsic value. Now, the margin of safety, that is how much you want to be safe. The higher the margin of safety, the lower the price you can buy it at. So we're just going to go 60% here. Let's just do that correctly, like so, if you don't want to, like so. Now, the acceptable buy price with a margin of 60 is simply times that by 60%, which means the acceptable buy price has to be 476 or under. And how do we know that? How to do this? I'm just going to make an if, as you can see here, if, then we're going to take, if this is lower than this, we simply say buy, and then we say sell here. And as you can see here, because this price is lower than this price, it says buy. Now, if this one was 800, it would be sell. So you can do this with every single company that you know of, and you're going to be able to find it. So of course, you got to get the growth rate and this right here, current AAA bond, from outside, but of course this only changes once a month, so it's quite easy. But let's say we wanted Apple instead, you can simply just send AAPL, and it's going to read, and as you can see, it's different. Now, of course, the growth rate is going to be different, but you get the gist of it. That is how you do it for every single company. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this is the financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes.